Welcome back to the men's 10-meter air rifle qualification, which begins in any minute now. We'll just connect you with the results. I'm Shimon Sharif, and you're going to witness some amazing action in the men's 10-meter air rifle qualification. The men's 10-meter air rifle has this very strong field of 54 shooters, including India's Divyan Singh Pawar and Deepak Kumar. It also includes some of the other top shooters, including world number one Istvan Penny of Hungary, Peter Gorsa of Croatia, Sergei Richter of Israel, Lorenzo Bacchi of Italy, Yang Horon of China, the one to watch out for. The second Chinese, Sheng, Korean shooter Nam, Austria's Martin Strempel, a very experienced shooter and a regular at the IOSC events. Martin Strempel, another shooter to watch out for. Ukraine's Kulish, who had won the silver at Rio Olympics. Hungary's Zalán Pekler. Lucas Kozinski of USA. Lucas had won a gold at the ISSF World Cup in New Delhi, held earlier this year. Thomas Bartonik of Poland. And Sergei Kaminsky of Russia. These are some of the shooters to watch out for, while every shooter in this strong field of 54 shooters is capable of making it to the top 8. We missed a very big name, Milenko Sebic of Serbia. Very talented shooter, Milenko. Equally good in all forms of shooting, 10 meter, 50 meter. Fans from around the world joining this broadcast for the men's 10-meter air rifle qualification featuring India's Divyan Singh Pawar and Deepak Kumar. Divyan Singh Pawar, currently ranked number 2 in the world. He's just 18 years old. He's won 7 gold medals, 2 silver, 2 bronze in various ISSF competitions, including the gold at the ISSF World Cup final at Pushian in 2019. It also won silver at the ISSF World Cup at Beijing in 2019 and a bronze at this year's ISSF World Cup at New Delhi. Divyan Singh Pawar from India, along with his teammate Deepak Kumar, who's currently ranked 11 in the world. He's won 3 silver medals, 2 bronze medals at ISSF competitions, including the bronze at the Asian Championships at Doha in 2019 and silver at the Asian Games at Jakarta in 2018. Two Indian shooters up against some of the best in the world. A lot of people wishing and cheering for the two Indian shooters, Rudransh Patil, another top shooter from India, shoots along with both the Indians. Wishes all the best. Saransh Arya cheering for Deepak. And there you go. As shooters take their first shot, Austria's Alex starts with a 10.8. Patrick, Slovakia, shoots also a 10.8. Peter Gorsa as at the 5th place after his first 2 shots. Sergei Richter starts with a 10.6. World number 1 is the one. Penny of Hungary starts with a 10.5. Martin Stremfeld, 10.5. Milenko Sevic at the 13th place. Deepak Kumar and Divyan Singh Pawar both begin with a 10.4. This is going to be a thrilling qualification match in the men's 10-meter air rifle. Lucas Kozinski of USA starts with a 10.2. Chinese shooter Yang Haran with a 10.3. Some of the shooters yet to start their qualification match. American shooter William Shaner, who had won gold at the last ISSF World Cup held before the Olympics at Osijek, Croatia. He was also seen competing at the last edition of the IOSC for rifle shooters. Is yet to start his match. Divyan Singh Panwar, 102.7 in the opening series. Not a very good start for the world number 2, Divyan Singh Panwar. At the number 31, Deepak Kumar yet to finish his first series. A lot of people watching this live on our Facebook. Also shoots a good series of 104.7. And with that 10.4 on the first shot of second series, Martin Stremfel now at number 3. Once again, some of the former Indian shooters watching this live on our Facebook page and cheering for the Indian shooters, Deepak Kumar and Divyan Singh Pawar. A lot of support for the two Indians. Yang still leading the chart. Had a very impressive opening with 105.7. Lucas Kozinski of USA at number 6 in his second series. The second Chinese shooter, Sheng, started with 104.4 and now 105.4 in the second series. At the 8th place, Sergei Kaminsky of Russia started with 104.6 in his second series now. World number one is the one Penny, the one to watch out for, started with 104.4 in his second series now, is at the 10th position. Sergei Richter of Israel, another leading shooter in the world, started with 104.9 in his second series. Croatia's Peter Gorsey at number 13. He started with 104.7 in his second series now. Let's see what the two Indians are doing. As told earlier, Divyan Singh Pawar did not have an impressive started with 102.7. Not a very good start for the young Indian shooter, who's currently ranked number 2 in the world. Divyansh at number 38. After that poor start of 102.7 in his first series, Deepak Kumar also not impressive with 102.9 in his first series and now shoots a 10.2 in the first shot of second series. Deepak Kumar at 36. Divyan Singh Pawar at 38. Still a very long way to go. There'll be 6 series of 10 shots each, and the top 8 move to the finals. We have a new leader from Slovakia, Patrick Jani, started with 104.8 in his second series. Lucas Kozenski moves up to number 2. A lot of fluctuation with every shot. Chinese shooter Yang Aron at number 3. Started with 105.7 and 104.8 in his second series. Wall number 1 is the one Penny at number 6. Fantastic second series by Patrick Jani of Slovakia, 106.1. And Lucas Kozenski, equally good, just missed 106 by 0.1. Registers 105.9 in his second series, is at number 2. China's Yang Haron at number 3. The second Chinese shooter, Sheng, at number 4. Australia's Hoberg at number 5, and Austria's Martin Strempfel at 6. Hungary's Istvan Penny, the world number 1 in men's 10-meter air rifle, is at number 7. Istvan Penny also did very well in the second series with 105.3. Deepak and Divyansh both in their second series now, struggling to climb up. Deepak at 39th spot, while Divyansh at 42. Indian shooters looking under pressure. Both had a shaky start. Divyansh shot 102.7. Deepak Kumar 102.9 in the first series. A below par performance in the first series by both these shooters. Italy's Marco Supini started with 104.0 now in his second series. The second American shooter in the fray, William Shaner, started with 103.0 now in his second series. Serbia's Milenko Sebic started with 104.5, then at 103.3 now in his third series. China's Yang Haran, ranked number 10 in the world. He's 25 years old. Very strong shooter, has won 10 gold medals, 8 silver, 2 bronze in various ISSF competitions. He's the Youth Olympic Games champion, had won gold in 2014 at the Youth Olympic Games. At the last Olympics in 2016 at Rio, he had finished 31 in the men's 10-meter air rifle. He's won 2 gold medals at the ISSF World Cup final in 2015 and 13, and 4 ISSF gold medals for him in 2016, 14, and 2 in 13. Highly accomplished shooter, Yang Haran of China. Now leading the charts. Lucas Kozensky of USA at number 3. The second Chinese, Sheng, at number 4 now. Martin Stremfeld registers 104.1 in his second series at number 7. A rank below is the world number 1, is the one Penny of Hungary at number 8. Most of the shooters in their third series. Just to quickly explain to some of the viewers who are not from the shooting fraternity, this is the 10-meter air rifle qualification match. In this, every shooter has to shoot 60 shots. The top 8 move to the final, which will be held later in the day. This event is shot at a distance of 10 meters using high quality air rifles, and shooters wear thick, stiff canvas material rifle clothing in order to give them that extra stability. Yang Haron of China still at the top position, and Lucas Kozensky of USA right behind him at number 2. Martin Stremfeld now at number 8 and is the one at number 7. Martin Stremfeld moves up to number 6. Lucas Kozensky at 4. Look at those two Chinese shooters occupying the top 2 places. Chinese shooters were not seen in any of the recent ISSF World Cups. China's Sheng started with 104.4, then 105.4, followed it with another 105.4 in the third series. Looks very strong, and now 105.6 in his fourth series. Very consistent shooting by China's Sheng, who's at the third spot right now. Lucas Kozensky coming in between the two Chinese at the number 2 position. Impressive shooting by China's Sheng, with the last 3 series above 105 point. Let's have a quick look at the 2 Indian shooters, Divyan Singh Pawar and Deepak Kumar. Deepak started with 102.9 and then 103.8 in his second series. Struggling. Same for Divyan Singh Pawar, who started with 102.7, then 103.7. Both Indian shooters clearly under pressure. Current ranking of Divyansh is 41 and Deepak Kumar is 34. Milenko Sebic of Serbia also struggling with his match at number 33. Rio Olympic silver medalist from Ukraine, Kulish at 31. Another celebrated shooter, Sergei Richter of Israel at 23. Peter Gorsa at 24. Rank just changed while we were talking. Thomas Bartnik at 29. While China's Yang Haron still at the top. And now the world number one is the one Penny of Hungary for the very first time in the top three, taking the third spot after that 104.9 in his third series. Second Chinese shooter Sheng is at the fourth place. Sheng in his fifth series now. Turkey's Umar already through with his match. What a fast shooter, 629.8. Great score. Likely to be in the finals. Started with 104.1, then 105.2, 102.7 was not very impressive, but came back strongly with 105.3 and then 106.7, then finally 105.8 in his last series. Some real good shooting. After that 102.7, he really managed to come up strongly in the last three series to register a final total of 629.8, sure to make the cut for the top 8. Turkey's Omar. Fantastic shooting by the Turkish. Is the one. Penny now moves up to number 2. Lucas Kozensky also looks in great form. Shoots 105.5 in his third series. Martin Strempel slipping down to number 12. Is still in his third series. And the second American shooter, William Shaner, now at number 8. Courtesy that 105.6 in his second series. Both the American shooters in top 8 at the moment. Both Lucas and William were part of the IOSC. It's good to see so many shooters who had taken part in the International Online Shooting Championships, IOSC, organized by IndianShooting.com. Made good use of the competitions during the pandemic. to be in touch with the sport, to engage with the sport, and be in the competition mode. Lucas Kozinski now at 5 is the one Penny at number 2 position, while the top spot still being occupied by the Chinese shooter Yang Haran. China's Sheng is only 16 years old. He's won a bronze at the Asian Championships, a junior bronze at the Asian Championships at Doha in 2019. And that's the only competition he's ever competed in. Only one competition for this very young 16-year-old Sheng, who's doing extremely well today. He started with 104.4, then 105.4, another 105.4, then 105.6 in his 5th series now. Sheng of China. Let's have a look at the Indians. Deepak Kumar still in his 3rd series. Devyan Singh Pawar also in his 3rd series. Looks like the two Indians are making a lot of cancellations. They are taking their time, clearly under pressure. This is the Olympics. It's never easy at the Olympics. Martin Stremfel shoots 104.7 in his 3rd series at the number 11 position. Dear viewers, let me put up a question for you. Let's see who gets it right. What do you think will be the highest qualification score today? Please send us your answers. Let's see who gets it right. What will be the highest qualification score? That's the question being put out for the viewers. We've already seen 629.8 shot by Turkey's Omar. Let's see who gets this right. 634 by Chandraban. That's a big score. Someone says 632. Nawal says 632. Nawal Bunyad. Syantam Das. 635. Rebecca says 633.6. The question being asked is, what will be the highest qualification score? World number 1 is the one Penny at number 2 position in his 4th series at the moment. What a fast shooter, Turkey's Omar. Already through with his match. He's a very, very fast shooter. While others are still in their 3rd and the 4th series. Turkish shooter Omar probably taking rest, sitting behind the firing line and waiting for others to finish. Very, very fast shooter. That too with an amazing score of 629.8 will certainly enter the final with that kind of a score. Omar, 39 years old, very experienced, currently ranked 53 in the world. He's competed at the World Championship, but he still doesn't have an ISSF medal yet. Will this be the day when he wins his first ISSF medal? I have no doubts that he's already through to the finals with that kind of score. While we talk, more and more viewers predicting sending their predictions. Somebody says 637. That's a very, very high score. Much more than the current world record of 633.5. Let's have a quick look at the 2 Indians. Deepak Kumar, 103.7 in the 3rd series, now in his 4th series. Divyansh Singh Pawar, 103.6 in his 3rd series. Both the Indian shooters not shooting up to the mark. Omar of Turkey, probably the fastest shooter I've ever seen in my last 25 years of association with shooting. He finished his match while most others were in their 3rd series, that too with a 629.8. Fantastic performance by the Turkish. China's Yang Haron still at the top with 105.1 in his 5th series. Starts with a 10.6 in his final 6th series. Istvan Penny of Hungary, the world number 1 in men's 10-meter air rifle and the world number 1 in men's 50-meter 3 position, is at number 2. Lucas Kozenski of USA, the world number 3, is at the 3rd spot. Turkey's Omar, already through with his match with 629.8, is at number 4. Slovakia's Patrick Jani at number 5. The second Chinese in the fray, Sheng, who's just 16 years old, is at number 6. Vladimir of Russia now moves up at 6, and China's Sheng is at 7, while Iran's Meyer at number 8. These were the top 8 standings till this shot. The rankings keep changing with every shot. The second American in the fray, William Shaner of USA at number 9. Henrik Larsson of Norway at 10. And Austria's Martin Strempel at number 19. Martin has competed at every edition of IOSC. He's a strong shooter. Started with 105.1, then 104.1. In his third series, Martin shot 104.7. Chinese shooter Yang not leaving his first spot. Is like he's stuck. Sorry, we had lost some signal. We'll just connect you to the results. China's is the one at number 2, Lucas Kozenski of USA at 3, Omar of Turkey at 4, Vladimir of Russia at 5, and China's 16-year-old Sheng at number 6. China's 16-year-old shooter Sheng through with his qualification match 629.2 will enter the final. Most likely to enter the final with that score 629.2. Qualification leader till now, China's Yang, is set to take his last shot in the qualification. Can he cross 631? Or should I say, can he cross 632? A high 10 will see him cross 632. Chinese Yang taking aim for his last shot in the men's 10-meter air rifle qualification. Yang taking his time in the last shot. And while Yang takes his last qualification shot, we'll quickly have a look if there is some improvement with the two Indian shooters, Deepak Kumar and Divyan Singh Panwar. Deepak Kumar did shoot 105.2 in the 4th series. Is it too late in the day for Deepak to find his form? He's in his 5th series. Divyan Singh Panwar shot 104.6 and another 104.6 in the 4th and 5th series. Deepak Kumar at number 28 and Divyan Singh Panwar at 33. There you go, young Heron of China with 632.7 at the very top. Started with 105.7, then 104.8, 106.2, 105.6, 105.1, and then finally 105.3 to register a total of 632.7. Will this be the highest qualification score of the day? 632.7. We'll have to wait and see if any of the other shooting stars can cross this. Istvan Penny in his 6th series. Lucas is also in his final series, 6th series. China's Sheng slips down a rank, is at number 7. The second American is at number 8. William Schenner moves to number 5. China's Sheng slips down to 8. We have another 629.8 by Russia's Vladimir. He started with 104.3, 104.6, then 104.3, 105.9, 105.1, and then finally 105.6 to register a total of 629.8. That's the screen for Lucas Kozensky of USA. Shot number 56 is a near perfect 10.8 for Lucas. 4 more shots to go. I request everyone watching this live on Facebook, please press the like button. If you liked this broadcast, please like this, share this. Lucas Kozensky, another 10.8 and now a 10.7. Fantastic shooting by Lucas Kozensky in the last 3 shots. 10.8, 10.8, and now a 10.7. That's brilliant stuff by the American shooter, the world number 3, Lucas Kozensky. 2 more shots for him. And the second American shooter, still in his 5th series. Fantastic. Last 2 shots, near perfect 10.8 on shot number 46. Then another 10.8 on shot number 47. William Schenner of USA doing very well in his fifth series, with the last two being near perfect 10.8s. The world number one in men's 10-meter air rifle is Tuan Penny of Hungary. Look at those last three shots: 10.8, 10.5, 10.5. Two more to go for him. Can he reach 630? Needs a minimum of two 10.5s to reach 630. A 10.2 on shot number 59 for Penny. He needs a 10.8 to register a 630. Can he do that? The world number one in both the events, 10-meter and 50-meter three position. Penny just one shot away to finish his qualification match. Lucas Kozinski, 631.5. Brilliant performance by Lucas. Fantastic last five shots: 10.8, 10.8, 10.7, 10.7, and ended with a 10.8. Superb shooting by the American shooter Lucas Kozinski. A very impressive 631.5 at number two. William Shaner, equally impressive, registers 106.2 in the fifth series. One more series to go for William Shaner. If he can maintain his form, we will see two American shooters in the final today. Istvan Penny ended with a 10.2, shoots 629.4, is at the seventh position. A very, very high scoring qualification match in the men's 10-meter air rifle at Tokyo Olympics. Look at those scores. 629.4 at the seventh place. Slovakia's Gianni Patrick also finished his match 630.5. So the top three above 630. William Shaner didn't have a very impressive start. Started with 103.0, but bounced back strongly in the second series with 105.6, then 105.8, then 104.7 in his fourth series. Very impressive, 106.2 in the fifth series. William in his last series, can he go above 105 and make it to the final top 8. All eyes on the second American shooter, doing very well in his last series. Started with a 10.4 on shot number 51, then a 10.3 on shot number 52. Needs to register some high 10s in order to be in the final top 8. Looks good so far. Current standing number 4. That's a near perfect 10.8 on shot number 53 for William Shena of USA. Lucas Kozinski already through to the finals with that amazing performance of 631.5. And now it's the turn of the second American, William Shena, to make it to the top 8. 7 more shots to go for him. $10.6 on shot number 54 for William Shena. Very, very impressive performance by the 2 American shooters. We'll come back to Williams' score. Let's have a quick look at the Indian shooters. Deepak Kumar finished his match with 624.7 at number 26. And Divyan Singh Pawar also through with his qualification match with 622.8. A very disappointing performance by the 2 Indian shooters, Divyan Singh Pawar and Deepak Kumar. Divyan started with 102.7, then 103.7, 103.6, 104.6, 104.6, then 103.6 to register 622.8. Below par performance by the world number 2, Divyan Singh Pawar. Deepak Kumar started with 102.9, then 103.8, 103.7, 105.2 in the 4th series, then 103.8, 105.3, but it was already too late. 624.7 is the total for Deepak Kumar. He's at 26. Let's go back and see. Have a look at Williams' score. He's in his last series. Two back-to-back 10.8 on shot number 56 and 57. Great performance by William Shena of USA. He had won the gold at the ISSF World Cup at Osijek, Croatia. He was also seen in action at the last edition of the IOSC. 10.6 on shot number 58 and 10.1 on 59. William Shaner, can he register another high 10? One more shot to go for William of USA. That last 10.1 on 59th shot towards the left. The lowest scoring shot in the last 10 shots was shot number 59 on 10.1 on the left. Last shot for William. That's a 10.5. Good way to finish the match. William Shaner, 630.8 through to the finals. Both American shooters in the top 8. Fantastic performance by both Lucas Kozenski and William Shaner of USA. China's Yang Heron at number 1. Lucas Kozenski of USA at number 2. William Shaner of USA at number 3. Patrick Jani of Slovakia at number 4. Omar Eggan of Turkey at number 5. Vladimir of Russia at number 6. Istvan Penny, the world number 1 of Hungary at number 7. And Sheng, the 16-year-old shooter from China, qualifying, taking the 8th place. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are the top 8 who will be seen in action in the men's 10-meter air rifle final. What a qualification that was. Fantastic performance by these shooters. A very, very high scoring qualification match, which closed at the 8th place at 629.2. That's the cutoff. Even a 629.1 could not make it to the top 8. The cutoff being 629.2. Fantastic performance by these top 8 shooters. We'll just quickly tell our viewers about the finals, the timing for finals. It's going to be a very thrilling, interesting final. We will just confirm you the timing. The men's 10-meter air rifle final will be held at 12 India time. Please check your local timings accordingly. So for India, it will be held at 12, which is 1 hour 15 minutes from now, approximately. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. This was some really, really cool performance by the shooters. Yang Heron of China with a qualification world Olympic record of 632.7. Then brilliant performance by Lucas Kozenski of USA and compatriot William Shaner, shooting 631.5 and 630.8 respectively, taking the second and the third position. We'll see you in the finals. Till then, goodbye.